Here we go, guys. Yet another movie that I just finished seeing right now, and I honestly don't know what took me so long to see this movie. I've heard of it before, and I know a lot of people talk good stuff about it, and a lot of people say it was great and this and that. Well, I finally got to it. I ordered it a couple of weeks ago from Synapse Films, and that is none other than Mosquito. It is giant killer mosquito movie, as you can tell. And what can I say about it? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what took me so long to watch this movie. A lot of people, especially if you're in the horror community and you love all horror movies, Mosquito is a must for horror movie fans. And I'm sorry that I haven't seen it earlier, because it's a fucking badass movie. Very, very, very good. I really loved it, and we're here to talk about it. We're here to talk about Mosquito. I'm here to talk about Mosquito. I'm here to tell you what I think about Mosquito, and I'm here to tell you if whether you should watch, not really whether you should watch it or not. That's up to you, but what I think about it, and if you want to spend all 92 minutes of it watching it, it's not a waste of time. It's really good. I really liked it. So let's talk about it, and let's go over the facts, some of the trivia, some of the notes that I took, and let's see what it entails. This is a Mosquito movie released in 1995. Well, somehow in Japan it got released in 1994, but here in the States was in 1995. It is rated R. It is directed by A1 Gary Jones. It runs at an hour and 32 minutes. It is a B movie, sci-fi horror. Anywhere on there, sci-fi horror B movie. Film location, Detroit, Michigan. Ratings. IMDb has it at a 4.9. Rotten Tomatoes has it at 60%, and the TV Guide has it at a 2-star out of 4. It had a budget of $200,000, and it's gotten over $986,000. So to me, it's a success. It was a pretty low budget, but $200,000 is low, but not that low. And they made really good stuff with it, you know. It stars Gunnar Hansen. He plays Earl in this movie, and if you guys don't know who Gunnar Hansen is, he's the original one that played Leatherface in the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre a long time ago, 1975. So he's the original Leatherface, and he's a very, very nice guy. Everybody talks really good stuff about him. And I think I met him once a long time ago in one of the Spooky Empire conventions that I go to. However, I did not take a picture with him, and I do regret, because we did lose him. He passed away a couple of years ago, and yeah, that sucks. So the original Leatherface, Gunnar Hansen, was in this movie, along with Ron Ashington. Ron Ashington was actually the guitarist and one of the founding members of the rock group The Stooges. Yes, the same Stooges where Iggy Pop began his career back in 1967. So it was Ron Ashington and his brother. They started the band, and then Iggy Pop came later, and they took off. And well, the guitarist of that great punk band from the 60s, the Stooges, is also in this movie. He plays Park Ranger Hendrix. Also, Steve Dixon, which is kind of like the scientist guy. He's also in this movie. I'm just gonna go straight up for the trivia that I read and took notes of, so that I could share it with you guys. I saw, and this is super really funny. that the original special effects guy, he started making the movie, and I believe after a couple of scenes or a couple of stuff that he did with the big giant mosquitoes, he told the cast, "I'm gonna go out for a second and grab some cigarettes," and the dude never came back. He just disappeared, and I think that's funny. He just left. He left everybody hung to dry, and they had to get another special effects guy, which his name was Matt Hundley, and he did pretty good for what I guess the money that they had. They didn't have a huge budget for it. Most of the mosquito parts, not most, but some of them look super cheesy, super fake. But it gives juice to the movie. It gives it. It's awesome to see it, to see its imperfections is what I mean. And I think that's a great thing. It adds to the movie. I see it positive that it wasn't so perfectly made and so crazy. It was low budget mosquito effects. Like, they used practical effects, and they used a lot of stop motion, and it looks cheesy. It looks fake at times, and sometimes it looks really good, really fantastic. So it's on and off with the special effects. It was pretty good. The original title for this movie was called Skeeters, but they quickly had to change it because 2 years before the release of this movie in 1993, there's also a giant killer mosquito movie called Skeeters. So they took that name, so they had to change it to Mosquito, which it also had a couple of other working titles. One of them was Blood Fever, and the other one was Night Swarm. So I guess they just decided to go with Mosquito, which is a pretty cool title. I like it's Mosquito. It's not bad. Also, Gunnar Hansen, which is the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre here, Leatherface over here. He went on the record saying that this is the greatest. This is his favorite film that he's been on, and he also said that Earl, the character that he played here, was his favorite character that he's ever played in his whole entire career. So he really enjoyed this movie. Gary Jones' mom and his uncle played the old couple that is in the beginning of the movie. Also, the car that they used, the car that the main characters, Ray and what was the girl's name? Ray and Megan. The car that they used was also the director's car in real life, Gary Jones. Also, the mobile home where they were at was also the director's mother's mobile home. So it's crazy. They used their own car, their own mobile home, and it's just nuts. And then I think that was really interesting. They had a bunch of cool spots, like a lot of, like, for example, Gunnar Hansen here. There was a part where he's trapped in the house, and he finds a chainsaw, and he's like, "Whoa, I haven't used this in about 20 years. Glad to see this. Feels good to use this after 20 years." Something like that. And it's obviously a reference to him being Leatherface many years before, actually 20 years before doing this, because this is 95. So he's talking about 75 when he did Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now, this feels and looks and it's presented as a B movie, and it did amazing when it came to that. I think it was super fun. It did not bore me. It went by super quick. This is a Synapse Film release that has, this is actually the reversible cover, because the original cover and the most famous cover would be this one. You probably see it on Amazon when you browse through horror sections, or you probably see it in other YouTube channels. This is the main Blu-ray cover, but I flipped it around and I put this one. I think this one's a lot cooler. This drawing right here, I think that's really cool. You see the big mosquitoes there, and then you see them fighting it. And then the disc. This disc art is pretty cool too. There you go. That shit looks pretty dope. And obviously it came with the Synapse Film catalog that you could get stuff from. And I don't know what this is. This is they talk about the transfer on this card over here, which the transfer is phenomenal. Very nice transfer in this 20th year anniversary edition. 20th anniversary edition. It's packed with special features, including 1 hour and 15 minutes of the making of the movie. Everything you need to know about Mosquito is in that documentary, The Making of Mosquito, which is also called Bugging Out. Super funny, Bugging Out. So it's the making of the movie. I thought it was really good. It's actually almost as long as the movie itself, and they talk about everything. They have a bunch of interviews. It goes really in depth. It also has deleted and extra scenes featuring audio commentary with the director Gary Jones. Another behind the scenes footage featuring Gary Jones, original trailer, still gallery, audio commentary with director and co-writer Gary Jones and the co-writer Tom Chaney. Also the producer David Thierry. I think it doesn't have many special features, but the Bugging Out special feature that has the making of, it's an hour and 15 minutes. It's a very well made documentary, how it was filmed and the budget they had, and they talk about their favorite parts. I think one of the girls that was camping, the one that shows her breast, there's only one part where they show the woman's breast. The camera fell on her head, and they were all cracking up when she's like butt naked, and then the camera falls on her head, and it's crazy. So I mean, great movie. It did what it had to do. I'm gonna talk about my final rating in a minute, but I just gotta get it off my chest. I can't believe that it took me so long to watch this. I've always been intrigued in watching it and trying to see it, but I never had the means for it. Even though a lot of people said it was always on USA and it was always on Monster Vision back in the day. Either maybe I did see it a long time ago and I don't remember, or I didn't see it at all, or I wasn't interested. I like big feature creatures movies, but I'm not crazy about them. My favorite type of horror is slasher, ghost stories, vampire stuff, zombie stuff. But creature features I do like and I do enjoy, but I don't know, I just don't remember ever seeing this, and this is the first time I've ever seen it. And awesome transfer. Synapse did a very great job with it, and I'm gonna actually rate this an 8 out of 10. Definitely an 8 out of 10. Solid movie. You're not gonna go wrong with it. It might feel cheap and it might feel like a low budget movie, but it's totally worth it. The acting is okay. I mean, there's some parts that are not so good, but there are parts that are pretty good. And also, the sound, I wasn't a big fan about the sound or the music, the way the music, the soundtrack, like the scary scenes, all that stuff. I think it should have been a little bit better when it comes to sound. I think they missed it there, but other than that, it was a phenomenal movie. Great storyline. It kind of reminds me of like Aliens with Night of the Living Dead. It has that vibe at the end when they start boarding up the house because the mosquitoes are trying to get in. It was awesome. The beginning was awesome. The middle part was awesome. The ending was great. It was very enjoyable. So I'm definitely going to give this an 8 out of 10 Mosquito. I highly recommend it. You're not going to waste your time watching this. And I hope you guys enjoyed this extensive review. 14 minutes talking about Mosquito. Wow. Go get it. It's not that expensive. And this is the best version for it right now. I don't think there's a 4K of it. And I don't think anybody else has released it. So, yeah, Synapse Films hit a home run with this one. 8 out of 10. Until next time, I hope you guys enjoy your night, because I know I gotta go to sleep. Work is right around the corner, and I gotta wake up early tomorrow. Until next time, see you guys soon. Bye.